Hey there, this is Mini Pots, and we have another week in review, but we have some unusual things here. These are the things I managed to work on. I worked on some scenery for Hidestone and Bone. I also worked on my rhinos. These are woolly rhinos, and you can tell I need to add and patch up some spots. This was with a airbrush. I have one of those little handheld airbrushes. I'm going to be doing a couple coats of paint, but this is a oak brown, banshee brown. Then I'm going to do the oak and go straight into a bit of a tan, the leather brown and AK British uniform, and take that as it was. I hope everyone's out there is doing well, and if you remember to like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I have a few new watchers and or subscribers. Please, thank you very much. Realize all your support is appreciated. And this is my little weekly holding myself accountable, sharing what I'm doing, hopefully giving you some inspiration and inspiring myself to do this, whatever it looks like. And I decided on this project for Hidestone and Bone, which is a Osprey game that was recently released. And I have bought a lot of scenery and a lot of miniatures for it. And I have been working slowly on these guys, and this is all at a very rough stage. I mentioned I fought some precursors, which are, I view them sort of like a apish type. And so these are simians by Lucid Eye, and they have some great little miniatures, all different. And this is a coat of gray primer with a dry brush, a light dry brush of titanium white by Monument Hobbies, and then I did Black Templar. I'll be going over and adding some flesh tone to the chest and facial features, and then some grays and maybe another shade of black, a little bit lighter than the Black Templar, and I will call them good. The weapons are using Cygor Brown, and the straps are the two letters and two numbers. Um, the straps on the spears. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Are up here at the top. They have little straps. Is the XV88 or something like that by Games Workshop. And this is all I've managed to do. I have, but I was fairly, it's okay, you know, it is what it is. These are my last 4 elk that I need to do from that original group. And I gained a couple more well, I have all the scenery, which is like in a couple of or a scenario, you play over a animal that has been wounded or has been partially devoured, so hence the partially eaten mammoth. And I'm happy with this. It's fairly close to the right scale for my DZ mammoths in comparison. Although they, like people, there's all, I'm sure they had different size mammoths. And this is a wounded or hurt um, woolly mammoth. Not woolly mammoth, woolly rhino. Then we have a couple baby rhinos. And we have one up on its haunches, getting ready to. It sort of stands like that, or it's sort of getting ready to pounce or dive into the. And you can see I have something up here didn't get painted, and I need to paint the soles of its feet, but these are coming along. And that's what I managed to work on this week. I'll get a few more of this done over the next week. I didn't work on any other projects, unfortunately. I've been a little bit working the yard. It is that time of year. And I know I'm at that stage where it's like I'm so close to being done, but I'm not. And I have some things to do. I have some scenery I want to build. I want to build uh, RP Archives, I think is the guy's name or channel's name. He does some grass and litter on acetate, and he magnetizes it so it's little patches of different types of terrain that you can attach to your board, which I am very, very, very intrigued with. I'll have the metal sheet and these little blobs of color. And I was thinking of doing the grasses because I can use the grasses for this game as well as Devil Rig Foot, and then I can use it for some generic names. And then some just general terrain to give it some different, break up the color, and or maybe to signify a break in one to the other. I ordered some lichen for bushes, uh, and I got that in. I don't have it handy to show you guys or folks. Um, and that's where I'm at. And we'll try to get some rhinos and another game or two in of Hide, Stone, and Bone over the next week. We have some family stuff I need to take care of tomorrow night, so I'm not sure how far that will get. As far as the next project after this, I've done a little bit of stuff for Warriors of Athena, doing some little bit of stuff for some other games. I have a lot of stuff for Forbidden Psalm, which I would like to do. There's a lot of that on other channels. I'm not sure if I'll do that, but I think that's sort of a cop out because it's something I enjoy. Why don't I share it with other people? You probably understand that. Just because someone else has done it before doesn't mean that you need to be original with everything. And that is what it is. So the next thing I'm leaning towards Warriors of Athena, and that might be a little bit farther off, or there are a couple of other projects that I have sort of in my wheelhouse. Science fiction this time, um, instead of fantasy, so we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a mishmash. Reading, I picked up a book by, I want to say, Rick Priestley, one of the original authors of the Warhammer 40K. Let me grab the title just a second. The book is Tabletop War Games, a Designer and Writer's Handbook by Rick Priestley and John Lamshed. And I have been slowly going through that, and it's intriguing and giving me some different ideas and understanding about just a different way of thinking about things. After that, I will read The Kin, which is a prehistoric fiction. And I remember when I was a kid, my father reading Clan of the Cave Bear and the second and third book after that. And I think there's a total of 5. He didn't read a lot, but when he read things that interested him, and the pseudo history that is presented in that book, it intrigued him, and I'm thinking I might visit that, but I'm not so sure. I have a lot of other things that are already in queue, and I already bumped some stuff because of The Kin, which is a fictional prehistoric stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Watching, I haven't really watched anything. Just, we finished the Stranger Things a couple weeks ago and been revisiting that periodically, as if you have children, you know they do. If it's something that intrigued them, they didn't get certain things from it, so now they're revisiting it, and I have been looking for something else, but I'm not sure where it'll go. The Kill Blue, it's a new series on Netflix. I've been watching that a little bit and thinking about trying to watch some stuff off of Amazon Prime, but we just have to wait and see. No movies, no nothing else. And I am so sorry for my last show to make it not to get up until the middle of the week. It was done well before then, and it just, life was very hard for me to get it up. We had a car accident on Monday. Everyone was okay, just the car was damaged, and that really took a lot of wind out of my sails, which I think most of you would understand, where if you have a major traumatic event, it can sort of mess with you. That is really where I'm at and what I hope to get done this week. Get a little of these guys done and work up on some more scenery for Tidestone and Bone and some other games. There are a couple games coming out that I'm intrigued by. The Signs and Wonders, by the same author of A War Transformed, is due out this fall, as well as a Orc and Goblin Warband game is due out by Osprey. Both of those by Osprey. Another one by Osprey is a trench warfare, World War I trench skirmish warfare. All of that very intriguing. All of that I'm looking forward to. So I'm just hoping my projects can get done fast enough that I will get everything I want. I do have a nice surprise coming in. It's a review of another book of an author. I've done some other reviews on here, so I'm looking forward to that. There is also, I fell into the FOMO, and I'll have to explain that in its own episode. So you have a lot to look forward to, a lot to think about, and I think some of you may have the same stuff going on, and maybe this is a way for both of us to explore it. Which is what this channel is sort of about, the hobby adventure. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week ahead, and take care. Happy gaming.